Hello everybody, so today we're revisiting the animation meme critique compilations. I'm titling this critique instead of cringe because the people in this video actually spent time drawing their own art, even if it isn't the best. So, yeah, Gotcha doesn't really deserve that kind of, the very marginal bit of respect in my opinion. So, the titles have changed, and I'll be alternating between Gotcha and animation meme critique / cringe comps, respectively. So I think my schedule's gonna go like animation meme cringe, animation meme, Gotcha cringe, and then animation meme, and then it repeats, you know? I like to do things with a pattern, so expect that from now on. Hopefully this video doesn't flop, and let me know if you prefer one type over the other in the comments section. So without further ado, let's get right into the video. Sorry the intro was so long, but yeah, let's go. So obviously there's a lot to critique about the art style, first of all. I'm not sure why the shirt isn't colored in, if they were just going for a line art thing. Well, I'm not sure. It could be a stylistic thing, it could just be a mistake, but it doesn't make a lot of sense, in my opinion. Okay, first of all, shoulders, try and even that out a little bit. The body shouldn't be absolutely flush with the neck. There should be some semblance of branching out from the arms to the neckline, if you know, just add the shoulders, that's what I'm trying to say. And the legs kind of curve upward into the dress, which isn't really how legs work. So try and let the dress just kind of hang like a dress would, and then draw the legs. What I do when I'm drawing dresses, I just draw the body, then I draw the dress overlapping it, then erase whatever parts of the legs that are covered by the dress. So maybe try doing that. It also looks like the character isn't wearing any pants. And quick rundown of the head shape. Try not to make it super... It looks like a dumpling. So there's nothing wrong with having stylized shapes for heads, but you should have a semblance, or a fairly good grasp on regular anatomy before you start going all crazy with stylizing. Let's move on. So the part with the flowers, kind of the petals adding, that was nice. I like that. It wasn't terrible. For the art style, I can just kind of say the same thing as I said before. There's also a bit where the hair just kind of, there's no paint bucket, whatever. Fuck. There's also a part where the hair just kind of goes transparent, or black. It goes kind of fast, but make sure your paint buckets are all in order and line and all that. Also, the transition could be a little faster, because, in my, again, personal opinion, it doesn't look good when the character cuts off like that, where you see, like, the straight line where their legs, hit the screen bottom. So maybe try either speeding it up, or finding a different way to transition, or using an editing program to transition like that, so the whole thing flips instead of just the character. So, yeah. I'm not an expert on animals, drawing animals, I'm not a furry, but I can say maybe try not to leave only the snout like that. In my opinion, it doesn't look very good, so maybe try letting it curve upward so it's not just like a single, like, tube. Plus, maybe instead of moving the mouth, like, outwards, move it up and down like a jaw.
For the arms here, another thing, okay, so hands kind of curve into a wrist. It's not just one thick line. So try, again, adding a little dip where the arm gets skinnier and it kind of flares outward for the hand. Also, there's no thumbs, and the fingers are very pointy and claw-like. This would be a good style of hands for an animal, maybe, but not for a human, so try and fix that again. And also, there doesn't seem to, they just completely erased the shoulders or the upper arms, so now it's just kind of like a tube of body and then just these hands coming up out of nowhere. So try and work around that, too. Maybe try putting sizing the drawing down for a sketch, drawing the arms, sizing it up so you have a decent idea of where they would sit on the screen, and then resketching it if you so choose, or just lining it from there. It doesn't really matter.
The transition should be faster. That's kind of all I have to say for this one, so let's keep going. So for this one, the animation's actually pretty good. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just kind of the pacing, the character design, and some of the art that I have a problem with. Not a problem, but more of, like, critique about. Again, this video isn't that bad. It really isn't. It's just kind of hard to find animation memes nowadays because like literally every single video on the recommended is just gotcha. It's just full of it, which is why I do so many of those videos. But anyways, off topic. Let's get back into the critique at hand. So first of all, the eyes mostly they're decent, I guess, but the closed one, it should be a little smaller and a little off to the side, and I feel like the ear should have a little more distinction other than just like triangles. Again, that's like a stylistic thing, I guess, but it would make a little more sense in my opinion. Again, I'm not the best with animals, but yeah. And maybe the dots on the cheeks, maybe those would look good without line art, but again, that's really more of a nitpick in my opinion. I'm sorry, but this video, or this section of the video is just going to be rather short because I don't have too much to say about this. So this is Sans. That's all I really had to say, it's just Sans. So most of this is just repetitive. It's really simple, and that's kind of what I want to focus on. So it would be great if there was some variety in this. Like if there was head bobbing, if there was a little more of that paw kind of transition right there. If there was just some more action other than just like the characters just kind of sitting there and waving their tails. Maybe if they're head bobbing while waving their tails, it would be a little more interesting to look at. Maybe if there was more characters just waving their tails, but I'm sorry. So yeah, I guess what I mostly have to say for this, add some variety, mix some things up, add some more movements, some more scenes, maybe a few more characters, one or two, I don't know. But try and, mix things up a little. End point. I only talked for like 2 minutes, a minute, but either way. Decent animation meme just needs more variety. I'm moving on before I start rambling any longer. I had to resize this in post, so it was originally not cropped very well, and you can probably tell by the bad quality, but originally it was very small, and they still left the recording bits in there, which are really easy to cut out. But other than that, let's keep going.
So this is going to be another case of it's just repetitive and boring, really. And the kid who made this had a gotcha profile picture, so I really can't escape it no matter where I go. But anyways, as I was saying, the head seems to be a circle tool, bringing back the old circle tool head point. It's not terrible to have circle tool as a head for a base, and then you add chin and details, cheeks onto it, but using the circle tool as just a sole method of making a head, never a good look, or just any kind of circle assisting, or just a pure circle. Circles do not equate to heads, unless it's super stylized, and even then there should be some variety to it, because it just plain circles don't work well for heads, that's my point. Second, the tits. They take up literally the whole body. There's like a tiny sliver of body right there, but the rest is just boob. So maybe try and size those down a little bit, or if you must have the chest size the way it is, at least move the character up. You have plenty of headspace there, so you can at least see some of the body. The shirt, I'm not quite sure what's going on there. I'm not sure if it's just like a shoulderless shirt and they put the body lines too far up, or if it's some kind of weird tank top thing. But maybe maybe try and clear things up, and also maybe color it. That would also help clear up any confusion. I'm sorry, I've been talking way too long about the style, so let's keep going. I'll add more bits and pieces as I go along. Okay, so it's just ear flapping, that's it, there's not even any in-between frames. I'm sure if I could see what's going on, it would be some kind of sliding frames. I'm sorry, it's been a while since I've done one of these, so I've gotten a little, terminology has slipped my mind. But either way, even if that wasn't what they're doing, it comes off like that, so try and at least add a third frame. Again, all the old points are coming back to me. 3 frames, maybe 4, and
don't slide frames. Or you can slide frames, I guess, but try and, be a little more subtle about it. Another thing is that, I guess it's just kind of really offbeat, the ear flapping. And it doesn't even look that good, too, because, like, even if it was tweened or framed properly, it would just still be, like, kind of weird, because the character's not moving, but the ears are, and it's just, why? Not a very natural movement, so maybe try moving the head or tail along with it. Or just, using an editing program to tween it instead of frame by frame, because I know head bobbing and frame by frame programs not something you want to avoid, because I tried it, doesn't really work. So for the most part, try to keep things you can do in tweening and an editing program, and try and keep frame by frame that you know what I'm talking about. Let's keep going. Okay, so we finally have a bit of movement right here. I'm gonna pause and put the one singular frame on screen. So as you can see, it goes by really fast. But as you can see right now, I think it's pretty obvious why I think this is a troll. So first of all, the arm is so incredibly short on the left side. Like there's not, there's not even any wrist. The fingers are like part of the arm, and there's only like 3 of them too. And the second arm is so the forearm is about the same width as the upper arm, and the hand holding the gun isn't actually terrible. Try to make the top finger, the one that's on the trigger, slightly more outward than the rest of the fingers, because if you make a kind of a gun holding motion, that's what it looks like. And I think that's all I have to say so far for this single frame. I'm sorry, I'm going on so much, but let's just move along.
Now, I do know the Rage move is very repetitive, and I made one in the past that was very bland and very, again, repetitive, so if I had the chance to fix it, I definitely would. But, in general, try to, again, apply the same critique about variety from the last meme to this one, because, variety just makes everything that much more interesting to watch and less intolerable, and it makes up for any discrepancies in art style, sort of, because at least it's not like the same 3-4 frames over and over for what is this, almost a minute. So yeah, just keep adding variety to your memes, keep trying out different movements, try to step outside your comfort zone with every meme, try to do something new, which is what really helps improve. So not sure where that part came from, but I feel like it's time to wrap this bit up, so that's exactly what I'll be doing. Let's get right into the outro.
So that's the end of today's video. Hopefully you enjoyed, and let me know if you prefer one type of cringe comp over the other. And that's kind of it. I said everything I needed to say in the intro, so bye.